While Americans have been distracted by a rich guy who got lost in a submarine, quietly in the shadows, US regulators approved the sale of synthetic lab-grown meat to the American public. This is not a parody. This is not a joke. Let's get into it. In this article from the Associated Press titled, US Approves Nation's First Lab-Grown Meat, Chicken Made from Animal Cells, it talks about how 2 California companies got the approval to sell this shit to us. So I'm thinking to myself, who could be that powerful to convince US regulators to sell us synthetic lab-grown meat? And it's none other than our good buddy, Billy Boy Blue, who's been the primary investor in companies that are trying out different synthetic meats for us to enjoy. He's also one of the majority shareholders in Impossible Meats. So I'm thinking, this guy's just a computer wizard. He's not a nutritionist. He's not a scientist. Could he be after consolidating the food supply? I don't know. But what I do know is that Bill Gates is the largest private farmland owner in the United States. Not Jimbo, who comes from a long line of farmers, a tech billionaire. And you know what he's doing with this land? Nothing. Everything that was once growing on it. America, you should be very, very concerned right now with what is going on in the background while they keep flashing this billionaire who got lost in a submarine for the past few days, nonstop. Do you know that they just caught 123 people on the terrorist watch list trying to cross the border in Mexico? Something big is coming, or else all of the media networks wouldn't have agreed to show us this bullshit while our country is falling apart. Hey, did you get my text? What do you think about that submarine?
As if he was trying to give you the plague. Dr. William Gates is now the individual largest owner of farmland in the United States of America. This is his company right here, and everyone needs to avoid.
If you eat bread, this affects you. While you've been distracted by this submersible, which your update for that is they're gone. This is what I said 2 days ago. Thank you for 12 million views. Never really expected my underwater acoustics knowledge to rise to fame. What has BlackRock been up to while everyone's distracted?
Ukraine is good for business. You know, right? I'll give an example. Russia blows up Ukraine's grain silos. Price of wheat will go mad up.
It's no mystery that war, calamity, and the despair of so many people often fuels the profits of the elite. And in that clip, it talks about the price of wheat skyrocketing due to the wheat silos in Ukraine being destroyed, which will affect the prices of anything that you eat that utilizes wheat. So while everyone's distracted, I was like, what has BlackRock and the other big banks been doing this entire week while no one's looking? BlackRock and JP Morgan helped set up Ukraine Reconstruction Bank. That's so kind of them. They also helped Ukraine restructure their debt. You know that phrase where, the bank actually owns your home, they own your ass. BlackRock did that for an entire country. And do you remember at the beginning of the clip when he mentioned wheat prices skyrocketing? Oh my God, look at that. Wheat price is up 25%. And BlackRock says that they got rid of their Russian securities, but the only thing that they really did was change the name. So BRIC, Brazil, Russia, India, China. They changed it to BIC, so it's now Brazil, India, China. And that ETF is weighted 84% towards China, which it was that way before. So it's a great show of support, but they really haven't done anything. Be honest, tell me, what do you think the percent profit is going to be for them to rebuild Ukraine? How many wheat contracts do you think they own? How many Brazil, India, China shares do you think that they own? Which, this is the accumulation line, so there's a lot of accumulations of these shares, likely internally, because I don't imagine a lot of American investors are interested in that yet. Which, interestingly, inside of that ETF, a lot of it is Chinese construction. Chinese Construction Bank Corp, Housing Development Finance Corp, Alibaba, JD.com. I guarantee you that Russia and Putin is not benefiting at all from all of those BlackRock and JP Morgan investments into Chinese companies. They're not friends or anything. Ooh, shiny object. Now
President Biden says he hates the idea of slicing and dicing the agency, so will Republicans have the guts to cancel the IRS?
When most people think of the IRS, they think they're paying the government. But what if I said the IRS is not part of the government? In fact, the government pays the IRS. The IRS is partnered with International Monetary Fund, is a collection agency of the privately owned Fed, a powerful foreign agency. Main purpose is to collect money from all people. So who's in charge of the IRS? Where did it come from? Experts believe they've been around since king and queens, and till this day are being ran by the Crown Temple.
The IRS denies that the Internal Revenue Service is an agency of the United States government. That's right. The IRS is not part of the United States government.